Hello everyone, I'm going to be starting out today's stream with the AMX30 here. Nice to see a few of you guys here already. Hello Grigsby, Victor, and Keo. Today's stream going to be like other ones recently. I'm going to be doing lots of requests. Feel free to request any tanks, and also just mixing in pretty much the AMX30, KV4, and also the T34-100 a bit. I'm getting down to I think like 60,000 experience left, I believe, on the AMX30. I have a little bit more on the KV4 and also the T34-100, but just trying to get in as many grinding matches as possible. Hello English Guy and Leonard, nice to see you guys too. Alright, so we got Arctic region here. They have, we both have pretty mobile teams, but I'm gonna head up in this direction since I'm in a medium, but might be a little bit outnumbered. We'll see. Whenever I head up here, and it's pretty much an equal chance of either them, pushing and us pushing. I typically don't push hard, but if we have a much faster team and more people, I'll just push straight through here pretty aggressively. I'm not going to do that this time. Hello, Randall. It's good. Hopefully everyone's having a pretty good start to your day here. Plenty on the coast. One thing that a lot of people don't do on this map is, from this side, usually I think it's a little bit better to win like the northern part of the map, like the northwest where I'm at. Let the enemy team, they can't really push past the 8 line. If you don't put many people down there, like along the coast, and you have people kind of around the base, they're not really able to push on you because they're pushing into like 3 or 4 different little spots that people can shoot you from, around the base, whether you're where that Waffle Trucker PZ4 is. And it's not impossible to advance on, but it's definitely difficult. But usually you see a ton of people, push down like our tanks are now. I'm not hoping it happens, but I can almost guarantee that the Emil and the T-57 are both gonna die. And it's basically a lost, we lost all those tanks for virtually nothing. You see it happen like almost every battle unless your team drastically outnumbers the enemy down there from this side. So just one of those things that unfortunately it doesn't seem like people are ever gonna change with this map, but one could hope. Because usually if you push the north here pretty hard, it's much easier if, say, we're up here, but right now this T-34B, I don't think that's the right decision to push here, because with 3 tanks back here, we don't have enough up here to actually make a push now, unfortunately. That was a little bit off there. He's still alive, it's just we're not going to be able to kill that AMX-30 while also dealing with the Grill, the Centurion one. But hey, he hasn't gotten killed by the AMX-30 so far, so you can ping me all you want, but right now it's a T-34, myself, and a T-54E1. It's not my fault the southern flank completely fell. Like, I could rush back there, that's what I'm kind of thinking at this point, but pretty much rushing back here at this point. We're gonna get spotted by the AMX-30, and with that, we're just gonna be stuck in the base, but that's really the only play we have right now. There's that bad accuracy coming into play. Hello, Fix-It Man and Fosh Jr. Hello, nice guy. But as you can see, the enemy, even though they clobbered what tanks we had in the south, which doesn't help that that T-57's still here. Like, you died like 3 minutes ago, dude. Just go to the next battle. Even though they got clobbered in the south, they're stuck in the 8 line. Because it's really hard to push past that if your team actually has defenders. Again, it's still, we're most likely gonna get pushed through there anyway, but it's just one of those things where knowing what the strengths and weaknesses of each side definitely helps in the long run. But yeah, we'll see if we can pull off a miracle here. This isn't exactly the best tank for, you know, shooting at long ranges, but gotta do what you gotta do. Kinda surprised I spotted, I think it was the T-54. I thought I spotted the AMX-50B, and I'm like, he's outside of my view range circle. There we go, he's a goner. Down by 4 tanks still, but hello Super Cat, and also Uda Kumar. Unfortunately, I don't have the JPZ 100. I would play it for you otherwise. Really need the help with here. He's most likely gonna die, but we can at least inflict a little bit more damage on him. The Object 140 in the long run. But that's where their main push is going. It's gonna be closer than it, you know, first appeared. But it really just comes down to that southern flank. Like, we shouldn't have pushed it. If we didn't push that, it would be a completely different game, where we're always playing from behind right now. I'm just gonna stay at this corner. It's not the safest spot for me now, because they can get, if they follow that little like ravine, they can get behind me pretty easily. But keeping an eye on, you know, of course these guys pushing over here, but also if they push on that 183, then there's the Tiger 2. Right, I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk here, but I still have a T-54 behind me, and also artillery kind of helping, and I have full HP, to where if that wasn't the smartest thing to do. If I can somehow take both of these tanks out, that would be awesome. That would actually put us, I gotta be aware of this FV-207 because he can shoot over this. I believe that they're gonna come down this way, but it would put us back in the lead. I have a feeling that both the Tiger 2 and the AMX-30 are gonna go down the ravine here. Alright, our 183 is unfortunately taking a lot of damage now. Yeah, he's doing a good job. Like, that guy didn't overextend himself. Keeping an eye there, the VK's in the south. There's still a T-28 prototype somewhere. But now we're actually in the lead. Surprise, surprise. I'm guessing the T-28's probably up here. I'll stick my little gun out. But no shot so far. I don't know where this AMX-30 could have went. I was hoping that we would have caught both of them. Now you'll actually see me not specifically run over trees. Alright, so... ah, crap. Ooh, that's not good. got prototypes literally sitting in the open. I need to... Oh, yeah, hope. Hope that that would happen. I'm not sure he's actually there. Yep, that's exactly... He's not there. Unfortunately, though, I'm kind of caught out in the open. I am outside of the V range now. I don't think I'm actually spotted. I'm pretty sure I have a better crew than him. Hello, Colin. And holy cow. A little bit... I'm focusing a little bit more on the game right now, so I'm gonna catch up in chat in a second here. I don't know why they are still trying to push on the VK. They're not able to damage him unless they go into, you know, like close quarters combat, and right now we have a Strava S1 and T-54 had like 150 HP. So it made very little sense for them to do what they're doing right now. Like, I'm playing a little bit aggressive right now because this AMX-30 could very well be down there. I'm trying not to do anything too stupid, but I might end up, you know, doing that. Of course, I got one hit on the FV, but he is behind. He's behind that little frickin' piece of cover. Are you gonna shoot already? You got 0 seconds. Thank you. I was like, fire! I would say we're not gonna be able to cap. I'm going over here to hopefully get closer to my T-54. It makes sense to try to get closer to him. Because still no idea where their AMX-30 is. He's been playing at distance pretty much the entire game. Still no clue where this guy is. Like, I kind of covered, I didn't cover like all the little divots over there, but I don't think he's over there. I think he went into this area over here. Yep, that's exactly where he's at too. Good job. I can play the T-25 too. I do have that. Please, you know, if you type !request and follow it by the tank name, it'll sticky it on my screen here. It makes it very easy for me to pick tank request out. But got a mastery badge first class. Yeah, that medal that I'm not going to try to pronounce. Most amount of damage on my team. The AMX-30, he was doing a good job. Like, I was pretty... I was worried at the end because, you know, they were definitely keeping their distance, and that's kind of what he needed to do there. But yeah, in the end, we still eked out a win, and thank God that Artie was on our team because they did pretty well compared to their FV 207. But all in all, pretty nice first match here. One more step to finishing that grind. Alright, let me get things set up. There we go. I'm actually gonna save this one because that was a pretty good battle. Alright. But my first tank request up was the Luke's here. Come on. Ah, there we go. I will talk to you in a little bit, Mad Dog. It's a little hard for me to, if a lot of people are messaging me. Hello, Abdul, William. I think that's nice to see you guys. See, I knew Will you were here because I saw M48 A5 request. I'm doing pretty well. It's been a good day so far. Hopefully you're doing well. Thank you, Uda, for doing the request there. That's how you do it. So it just makes it easy when I'm in a battle. I don't always catch every single message in the chat, to where that'll kind of save it on my screen over here till I type them in. Hey, KV2 request? Yeah. It's freezing in North Dakota. I'm guessing for you, Abdul, it's like, what, like 9 o'clock at night there, I believe? Maybe for, Will, too. I always forget kind of the time zone differences, especially when, like, daylight savings time, no daylight savings here. Yeah, it kind of makes it a little confusing. Hello, Nicholas. Which, something I'm doing this week, leading up to, like Christmas, New Year, stuff like that. At the end of every stream, the last raffle I'll be doing, the winner, I've done it a few times before, you're going to win a free game on Steam. I have some Steam game keys. Pretty much if you win one of those, I put something into the chatbot shop to where when I give it away, I'll put one into the shop. To where if you'd like, you can leave like a email there or like your username, or just message me, in World of Tanks, tell me your username in Tanks, something like that. Pretty much I just need somewhere to message you privately to give you the key. Whether it's in World of Tanks, I can email you, or if you're on Discord for the stream, I can do that as well. But that'll be, for every stream this week. I'm streaming tonight, for Dreadnought, and then after, today's streams, I'll be streaming Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday being the mornings, or morning stream, and Friday, Saturday being night. I'm glad everyone likes the hat here. I'm really lucky it hasn't fallen apart. I actually need to fix it a little bit, but it's stayed together so far. I had a little bit of time yesterday and I finally finished, so I can actually start doing stuff now. I finally finished updating my which tank line is right for you guide over on WoTguru.com. So that has every single tank in the game kind of reviewed, broken down, how easy it is to grind, play, etc, etc. And I finally have that updated. It's a little bit over 40,000 words, so it takes me a little bit to update it, but I've kind of slacked off the past 2 or 3 patches with it. So far so good. I'm just really trying to keep myself from being caught while reloading, and so far I've done almost 500 damage. Doesn't seem like a lot, but for this little thing I consider that a pretty good match on its own. But here's the hoping I can do a little bit of spotting for my team now and actually play like a light instead of just doing damage here. He's at the cusp of my max damage, or not max damage, the max range of my shells, but I want to make sure that we actually get this guy out, because he can, never mind, he can derp, say like the T67, the PZ doesn't have full HP, so that could have went bad quick. Right, spotted that little guy. don't know if he saw me because I don't have 6th sense on this, I believe, but well, let's keep pushing here. I definitely don't think he saw me. But I knew I could clip him. You know, the ME doesn't have much HP, but you know, we're down to 2 SPGs on the enemy team. Pretty easy match for us. You know, usually you don't see teams coming from the north play the 1-3 side, but in low tier matches, you know, it's a little bit different to where we probably would have lost this if it was like a tier 8 to 10 match, because this side that we started on, just it gets torn to shreds if you try to push, you know, the side that we pushed on. Not too bad though, almost 1100 damage, 3 kills. Hello, Nikolai. Hopefully everything goes easy and fun today. But Master Bad's 2nd class. Yep, between me and the SU 100Y. That was a nice easy one there. I have an E50M request. Me. Which there is one other thing, so it's most likely going to be Saturday's stream, but Ryan's gonna play, you know, like 5 battles or so for the holidays. You know, she did it a while ago. You know, she's definitely not very good at World of Tanks, but it'll be fun. So what I'm gonna do for that is there is something in the chatbot shop, which, hello Serban, anyone who's a sponsor, you know, if you scroll all the way down in the items, it'll say like, I think like sponsor, I forget what I named it, like sponsors only tank request or something. Yeah, sponsors only, pick a tank. I'll refund you back, you know, the purchase price. It's only 2,500 Levi biscuits. Put a tank name in there, and I'll kind of make like a pool of tank names, and we'll randomly pick from it, and yeah, we'll see how many battles she gets through. Or, you know, if you don't want to, or if you can't for some reason purchase it, I'll just write them down throughout the week here. If for whatever reason somebody who's not a sponsor buys it, you're basically going to lose out on 2,500 Levi biscuits for nothing. Just a fair warning. It's okay to push the 1-3 side from the south, winning that little castle area for high tiers. Unfortunately, the southern team gets like shafted, to where that's really your only flank that you're all right on. Coming from the north, though, I would not push the flank that my team did. I would, unless I was like a light just kind of spotting it, or like the only kind of tank going over there, you need somebody, I would not push that flank anymore. You're almost always better going like center, or where I went initially, like the 890 line. Crap. Not a good sign that he got up there without being really contested at all. I'm hoping nobody comes right in front of me. Very nice if that Action X would... Oh lord. They... I just bounced him. I got really lucky there that I caught that out of the corner of my eye. But unfortunately right now, like, we don't have that much presence over here to where I'm gonna go over here and hopefully shoot this E4, and he's a goner. He probably would have died anyway. Okay, most likely it's going to be Saturday's stream, since I can't stream Sunday. It's a possibility, you know, it might be Friday night stream too, but still figuring that out. Thank you very much, Mitza, for the subscription. Gotta worry about this 183. Usually, if there's, you know, at least a couple TDs on the enemy team, one of the big guns typically heads where this 183 is, so I wasn't surprised that he was there at all. And I missed that, unfortunately. There's my little cheap shot. Trying to third-person aim at him. Sniper view whenever there's like a little bit of cover or trees in between you and the enemy. Typically it's a little bit harder to aim and also drive. I have a feeling he actually moved back here, but is that not up there? It probably just didn't load correctly. I did actually set it up today. I'll just have to restart it. Starting to lose, so I have to take a little bit of gamble, but he actually moved because I should have spotted him there. But all right, I guess I'm heading up here. I don't want to fight up here, but I kinda have to at this point because crap. Never mind. This is, yeah. Now we're losing the north, losing the south. Unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck in the middle, not helping anybody. I didn't pick a side fast enough. That's kind of my bad. Also, oh lord, he got 2 0 damn crits into his tracks. I'm trying to help T62A. That's just, that guy's really lucky. Like, I am pretty much at max distance firing on him, but he's freaking lucky. There's no other way to say it. Yeah, I'm most likely gonna die here. Because with medium shooting me, I knew that was gonna happen. But at the very least, I got that guy. Ooh, that building saved me for one more shot. But I'm definitely not gonna survive the heavies and TDs and whatnot pushing into me here. Would have been nice if I hit those couple shots, but it wouldn't have made that much of a difference, honestly. Yeah, and I'm dead. Hello, James and Vasa. And also Moonlit, nice to see you. And let's restart that. Maybe that'll fix it. Ta-da! Thanks for letting me know. Sometimes it doesn't always hop off right away. Alright, so let me tip Levi. Randall, as far as driving for her, it depends. Her problem is, you know, the only video games she's really ever played or likes to play are like 2D platformers, to where, yeah, we'll probably try out to see if she can drive on her own, but I may end up doing the driving, since, you know, she's definitely not a gamer when it comes to stuff like tanks. Like, think like Mario, Crash Bandicoot, stuff like that. Rayman. She likes games like that. Hello, Mario. Speaking of Mario. But, yeah. Most likely I'll probably do that. Hello, X-Force. Nice to see you. How can you get that look? This look here? A little bit of crafting and lots of hot glue. If you mean my OBS overlay, I made it in Photoshop. As cheesy as it is. Thanks for tipping Levi another biscuit, Victor. I'll get him after the battle here again. Being bottom tier here, I'm gonna kind of see where my team goes, but I kind of want to push there early. It's just, do I think that this AMX 50-120 is actually going to push? Looks like it. Well, like the E8, it kind of depends if you're gonna keep it or not. I personally think the E8, it's one of those tanks to where it used to be borderline, like it was really well balanced when there was just, you know, 3 tank lines, or 3 nations I should say, Russia, US, and Germany. But it's been power creeped a lot. It's not necessarily like terrible, but it's, to me, it's probably one of the worst mediums for its tier. Just because it doesn't have like a ton of mobility, doesn't really have armor. The gun on it's okay, but it's not like it has like a ton of penetration, or like it doesn't have too much going for it. It has a little bit of everything, but not enough of everything. But I would say it is worth getting it elite just to make the grind a little bit more bearable, and then, you know, it's up to you whether you want to keep it or not. But alright, I actually, nah, I'll stay over here since the 120 is moving right. See if I can their S51 here without getting annihilated from my right. Awesome. I didn't even need to shoot at him, I just had to look. For any tank requests, please just it scared me a little bit. Just type !request followed by a tank name, and if I have it, I can play it for you. But the T28 Proto, I'll try to remember to get into it. See, the dating profiles are out in force again. Alright, I'm gonna help these guys out a little bit. Please don't hit me. I really like the VK3002D, but it does lack a little bit of penetration, unfortunately, so I'm using a little bit of APCR here. I'm just trying to get my team a little bit more of like a different angle coming at this Conway, because he's going to be a pretty big issue with the gun he has, and it doesn't look like my team's all that confident to push into him. Hello, Mojo. I kind of need them to spot him, because I can get hit by the most amount of tanks right now. Pretty much I have, what, 3 tanks that can hit me. If, you know, our Black Prince, all he needs to do is kind of poke around. I know there's a T-32, but 32 can't really pen him very well frontally. I unfortunately can't pen this Oni. Trying to help my chances a little bit by maybe damaging his gun with HE, but that's not gonna work. Levi's looking for another treat. I'm gonna give it to him after the battle here. Come on, guys. It's just, I got myself over here hopefully to help, but can't really get up there anymore. But we're just getting shredded, unfortunately. Conway's not really, he's not poking out where I can spot him myself. Uni's still there. I can maybe, nope. Just penetration is the, unfortunately I got myself in a spot to where this is really hard for me to get out of here now. And I don't have any spotters with the Panther, and you know, nobody has HP around me. It's just this T-32, I don't know if they're camping in the beginning or something, but they pretty much have stopped us dead in our tracks. Hopefully my team, we still have a good chance to win, of course. We're up by 4, but hopefully my team can, you know, help. So I'm kind of stuck here. Guess I'll just chuck a couple HE rounds where the Conway was, but you can't climb up there anymore. Which I know almost for a fact the Conway is stuck down there because they changed it in the most recent patch. I haven't hit him yet. This T-32 is heading right where is worse for me. Only because I have a very strong feeling he's going to kill that Panther. I'm kind of next on the chopping block. I'm just a little confused because they can hit him from the center. Like where that Waffle Prager PZ4 is, they can hit him from there. I know this is a very riveting battle. This Conway is going to be able to hit me if I pull back too far. It's just, there we go. Someone took a shot at him at the very least. Thank you, M12. But I just have to be patient here. You know, we're still up by 3. You know, there we go. I finally have a shot. Try to hit me here, but yay! Finally, thank you, TD, for finally realizing that you could shoot him. Alright, the Conway is definitely looking my way, so is the Oni, so there we go. He finally moved up to where I could spot him. Just fired again. And he's rammed. So, not exactly, you know, lighting the scoreboard up this match, but I should have got stuck with APCR. The base pen on this, you know, is pretty bad for a tier 7. But it's got a crap ton of DPM. You know, the damage per shot isn't too bad either. Armor's okay against lower tiers, but higher tiers not too great. But this is probably one of my favorite tier 7 mediums to play, up there with the T20. And the T34 100 is actually growing on me, the one that I'm grinding right now. Hello, Labobo. Hello, Floyd as well. And yep, I think that's all that popped in here. But I'm just gonna let him cap the IS-6 while I... Here you go, buddy. Yeah, he's already asleep again. Thank you for tipping Levi a biscuit too, Keo. I'm gonna tip him a, you know, I'll tip him another one after this battle here, so he doesn't get too many at once. Got a mastery badge 3rd class somehow. You know, that was definitely the best thing I could have done there with where I got myself. I definitely shouldn't have pushed there because I pushed myself into the corner and I couldn't get out. But, you know, I stuck with it and I was patient. KV4 time with a grind up here. Which, you know, I said a little bit ago, for anyone just popping in here. You know, if you are a sponsor, there's something in the chatbot shop to where, to kind of pick a tank for Ryan to play. What I'm going to do is make a pool of those tanks. Ooh, I almost knocked my microphone over. Make a pool of those tanks and kind of will pick from them. There's something in the fussbot shop all the way at the bottom. You can pick a tank, write the message and, you know, the tank name in the message. And I'm going to make like a little, you know, list of names. Or, you know, if you just tell me here in chat too, I can work it in as well. His foot's still, you know, it's iffy day by day. Some days it's like swollen, some days it's kind of swollen. But now we're, you know, either we're gonna get the allergy results, you know, this week here, or, you know, the week after Christmas. So we'll know here sooner sooner than later what we can do to fix it. Yeah, she's gonna play yeah, I think about 5 battles, she said. It's most likely gonna be Saturday stream since I can't stream Sunday. But right now I'm just opening up the sponsors here and we're just gonna pick from them. You know, if there's any doubles, you know, we'll definitely play one of those tanks, but if it's just like 12, because right now there's 12 sponsors, individual tanks, of course I hit them too low. I'm just gonna like randomly pick from it. Otherwise though, all throughout the week here, including this stream, the last raffle I do in today, for the stream, we're gonna give away a random Steam game key. Hello, Tommy. Nice to see you. Alright, I'll push up here. I could regret this if there's a lot more tanks on the right, but... You can shoot through that little window. Maybe I taught you that now. Thank you very much for the tip, Grigsby. Yeah, you know, that's kind of the downside of the VK is the pen, but yeah, I still think it's an excellent tier 7 medium. There's just pretty much everything going for it outside the penetration. Maybe a pinch of accuracy, but I just got myself in a situation where I couldn't really... I pushed myself into a spot where the hard counter to the tank armor, and of course for any tank 2 tiers lower than your enemies getting killed, yeah, they both came into play there. I can't pen this 110 now. I really want to start going north because we don't have anyone in the north, don't have anyone in the south. A little frustrating right now. Fortunately now we're gonna get flanks from this way, the HWK most likely, but that guy's gonna pick him up. It's another match where I got myself in a spot to where I need to stop pushing into corners. That's not a good pin. That is though. Yeah, we're kind of screwed here. Way of sugarcoating this. Yeah, being bottom tier, it's not necessarily say all on me, but I could have went somewhere to where even with the KV4 being very slow, I could have done a little bit more. But at this point, we pretty much lost all the important spots, and specifically where our higher tier tanks were. So, oh, he is using APCR. Like, thank you for not losing it or using APCR. Kind of our only hope is to cap. There's already, so it's very unlikely we're going to be able to do this, but there is a very small chance that if all 3 of us get on here, we could do it. But it's definitely a very, very small chance. I'm gonna try to get away from this 59 Patton he's trying to spot. Ah, and the Conqueror got me. I was trying to get unspotted here. Yeah, that I went to the wrong spot. Whoops. So maybe I did blow it for us, but that was... He shot me even before I was spotted, so... Kudos to that guy, so... Yeah, we could have won that though. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back to, I passed it, that little building, safest spot, but once we didn't spot Artie right behind there, then that was the worst spot for me to be in, because you can get spotted from that main road that they were coming back on. Oh well, not that really anyone on our team outside the AMX had a good match, but could have played that a little bit differently. Alright, so let me tip Levi, but get the yeah, I'll get the M46 queued up. Then I'm gonna hop into a grind. Then the T54 is up after that. I was like, where is it? I've got too many American tanks here. You good, little buddy? Levi's like, damn, what did I do right to get three treats so far? Okie dokie, so I'm gonna do a raffle after this battle here. Why is it whenever I like play mediums I get Himmelsdorf a lot? Still probably gonna head up on the hill and kind of see how it goes, but see. Hello, HD Pixels. Nice to see you. Should have more tanks than them up here. Could be a good or a bad thing. If we lose the hill, then yeah, we're kind of in trouble. Hello, Dana. Nice to see you. A little bit, not scary, but suspect that I don't get why TDs go all the way down to the bottom. You're not doing yourself any favors, where if you fight off of this corner or even that corner, you can see more, you can shoot more, and you're virtually, you know, in the same protection. Just going back there, you lessen the chance that you're going to be able to help the hill out. Does he have the derp gun? Yes, he does. 59 doesn't have that much gun depression. But we should be able to push here. I don't want to get hit by, say, the T49 and the Scorpion G. Oh, and also the T30 on top of that. So now we're in a bad spot because we wane it. None of these lights look like they want to push at all. Yeah, this is not going to be good. I'm going to try to get a little bit further back here. It's just, why, if you're a light tank, do you not take, you know, the opportunities that you have when we had a pretty good chance at, you know, say, getting a little bit of damage, probably not killing, like, say they're, that was really bad on my part, one of their tanks here. But, you know, once we wane it, and now we're out alpha'd here with the T30, they have a T49 and a Scorpion G, we're pretty much fighting a losing battle here. And our heavy lane isn't doing very well. That helps. And yeah, I stupidly just tried to wiggle against the T30. Sorry whoever requested the M46. This was a bad battle, but goes to show. That's how you don't play it. Don't get shot by T30s. But oh well. I'm moving on to another grind match. I'm gonna do the AMX 30 again, since that's the closest grind I have. late here. But sorry about that, whoever requested that. Hello, Chris and Almog, nice to see you. And Casper and Shane, nice to see all of you. Yes, Saturday's stream pretty much is going to be the Sunday time, 8 p.m. start time. I'm just moving it a day forward since, you know, Sunday's a holiday. Yeah, pretty much at this point, you know, I've mentioned it quite a few times, that just this stream alone, where anyone that does want to, you know, request a tank, please use !request. Which Lebobo, you forgot to type in the name of the tank for the sponsors only pick. You can purchase another one, where make sure you type a tank into the message. Pretty much anyone that's buying this, the pick a tank, the sponsor one for Ryan, I'm gonna credit back all the purchase price. But heading up here, given that I'm in a medium, really hoping I don't see, say, like a Conqueror, the E5. That's probably the worst case scenario. It's all good though. I wish, you know, there's an easier way for me to do some things, but I think this was the easiest route for me to take for this. Hello GG, nice to see you. But given that there's no arty, I'm gonna play out here to begin with and kind of wait for my teammates to come. I don't want to push up here to where, you know, they're not going to be able to help me all too much if the enemy kind of spills in. But usually if there's arty, I would rather push, you know, over to the right here. Hey, the WZ132, he didn't go to a... Is there a reason why you're sitting literally right behind me? Like, and okay, you're not even gonna move, you're just gonna... Yep, you're gonna get shot because that's where I was gonna spot it. Like... Guess that's what you get for, you know, going right behind your ally and kind of ramming him. Hello, Marco. Alright. Nobody on the left here yet, so I will get up a little bit closer here. Thank you very much, Joe Biden's hair plugs, for the tip. Name always makes me smile. Snuck in a shot on that Cent 7. My cheesy laugh. Got a T-54 Mod 1 on my left, but as of right now, he's not that much of a threat to me. He still hit me. Let's say he's actually just slowly inching back there, which is the smart thing to do. They're going to... Oopsie daisy. Really lucky I bounced that, but... I was trying to track him, but that didn't work, obviously. I need to readjust here. Well, I don't do tier 1 requests, unfortunately, zombie farmer, but nice try. It's, you know, pretty much every now and then if like a tier 2 or 3's request it, I'll do it, but tier 1's pretty much I don't feel like it's fun to watch, and yeah, it's not exactly fun to play tier 1 battles, especially with, you know, they changed it a couple years ago to where if you have over a certain amount of battles, you get in a separate queue than say newer players. So I'm just literally sitting there for like 2 or 3 minutes waiting for a battle. If I'm playing a tier 1. And it's not even going to be 15 versus 15 the majority of the time. Unless it's like a new patch with a new nation. Hey, I took a calculated risk to where even taking that damage made sense for me to do that. Now looking here, it would make sense to me to push around to kill the Jagdpanther too, but they still have 3 TDs, all of their tier 8s that, except for the Jagdpanther 2, are not spotted. So, alright, that T-49, you really need to stop doing that. The likelihood of them being in their base is pretty damn high. To where hopefully someone else is able to help, maybe the WZ-132, but I don't necessarily want to push and get myself killed. Yep, there's that Borsig. I'm still not going to push because I don't think that WZ, he might be spotted, but I don't think he is. But we need to approach this from a different perspective right now, because right now it's not working the way that we're pushing. T26E5, he's in a better spot. He can pull right up to... What you doing, dude? Oh, never mind. He's not gonna do that. It's just, I know he can shoot people on the hill, however if he takes out this Jagdpanther 2, it frees up our entire side because I will then be able to push without being proxy spotted. He literally just... Alright, he's getting shot at to where I'm just going to pull out here now. Because, yeah, the Jagdpanther 2 gets shot. Like, he literally just pulled right past the Jagdpanther 2. Got myself a little bit too... I'm probably going to die now. But, a little bit too focused on aiming there, but hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. I see the Borsig is aiming up here, where I'll gladly do that. It was a little bit more difficult than it needed to be. Here we go, he's getting hit again. Nice try. Now we should have this. T-54, I use the lower accuracy one. But I don't necessarily spam gold out of it every match like some people do. Hello, Heinrich, and also Dude. I'm just gonna plot myself on the cap because they have a badger. We don't have any Artie, so he can pretty much kill. I'd say he could kill all 4 of us here in what I think it's about 40 seconds if he lands every shot. So that can go very bad very quickly here. So I'm just gonna sit here, and he's not gonna be able to get to me. Alright, so I have a mouse request. Badger request, T110 E3, E3, and I have it E4 as well, and then another Luke's request. I'll probably split up the T110 E3 and T110 E4 here. There we go. So anyone requesting tanks right now, do keep in mind it's over on the right side of the screen above the mini map. It is going to take me a while to get to... It's going to take me a while to get to some requests here. But overall, decent battle. Mastery Badge 2nd class. Top 2 damage. You know, those 2 tanks were killing us in the south, so I'm not surprised that they did well on the enemy team. I'm going to start a raffle here. Winner gets 700 Levi biscuits. But pretty good match in the AMX 30, so I have a T-54 up next here. Yeah, as far as the guns go, I use this guy here with a little bit less pen. You know, either gun honestly is fine, but I'm just that one. I kind of want to get safe stowage, but I'll just go with this now because I'm gonna reset this crew most likely at some point. I'll just add a little bit of, you know, camouflage isn't the best say on a T-54, but I tend to lean a little bit more towards camouflage than repair for my mediums right now. Unless it's like a really slow medium tank, I'm not gonna play aggressively. Hello, Dutch, nice to see you, and Dean as well. Tons of people freak out about that fix it man, but I personally would rather just cap and win. Especially when the Badger, unless it wasn't facing my direction, I couldn't pen him in the front. I have a very small little weak spot in the center of the Badger I could have penned frontally, and meanwhile he could kill me in I forget, like maybe 11 seconds I think, with 2 shots. If he got lucky, maybe 1 shot. Alright, so we have Arctic region again in a medium from this side, so I'm gonna try my luck down here again and hope that my team doesn't make the same exact mistake, but they probably will. But first match, you know, hopefully we can win this like the first match, but so far it's kind of shaping up to be the same thing, except for we have a lot more people in the south, so it could go well. But I still at the very least need to spot over here, because especially with 3 SPGs, you need to prevent the enemy from making it past E2, or else your SPGs are just screwed unless they're a little bit more mobile and can get south. I'm not going to get too far out here. I'm just keeping an eye on here. They don't have... They have a T-49 I could have, but their T-49's just camping. There's a 416. I can't pen him frontally, even with the other gun. I'll take my 1 shot, and I'll pull back now. The Ag Tiger. I saw that, the advent calendar yesterday, the Ag Tiger 8.8. You know, I think that's one tank to where Wargaming's talked about buffing some preferential TD, or not TDs, but premiums in general. That's one tank that probably needs it. It needs a little bit of penetration or something, and maybe HP because its armor isn't as good as it once was. I'm actually... Okay, the Scorpion G's going back. He can handle the 416. I would hope. Waiting for the prototype because I might push here. The big might, but they haven't shown that they're pushing here yet, and with the 416 just kind of ditching it, this little corner, and not pushing me, it kind of leads me to believe that there's people up here, but there's more people on the other flank. Just if I run across something with a lot of armor or a big gun, I could be in a little bit of trouble here. But the enemy seems to have left open most of this side. There is someone, there we go. Spotting there. I'm going to take one more little hit here, or shot, hopefully not hit. Artie. Kind of counting down from when Artie was going to be targeting me. Yeah, there's another TD. Scorpion G's kind of flexing over here. trying to help you, Bulldog, because I would very much like to keep you alive, so I'm not like just pushing one side of this spot near their base. Not flip myself over. But this is working out very well. Thank you, enemy, for not putting people up in the north. Which, congratulations, Heinrich, on winning the raffle. Which today the STG's up for Advent Calendar. Yeah, it's an interesting premium. I like playing STG when I do play it. I haven't really needed to train any Russian medium crews recently, but it's definitely a fun tank with its gun to play. Armor sometimes really lets you down. Not that you go into playing that tank with expectations of a lot of armor, but I probably could have shot a couple seconds sooner. Staying a little bit away from this guy because, oh, the enemy SPG actually hit me. I'm surprised by that. Trying to stay away from him if our SPG fires on him. Yeah, northwest corners especially, you know, it's important for the southern team, in my opinion, to win it, but the enemy team wins it, even more important for them because pretty much the southern team's just stuck in their base. Top 4 damage though, pretty easy, straightforward match here. Luckily the enemy team didn't do anything outside of camp their base and push the south. Honestly, if that object 1, or what, object 416 I think it was, if he stayed up where I was at, he probably could have stalled me for a while, because I don't know if I would have pushed on him you know, as aggressively as I pushed the north and made it to their cap, of course. So I have a T-25-2. Adam G, please, no, you're blocked. So please no spoilers for Star Wars. So I've seen it, but not everyone here has, so you're banned. Goodbye. The stream Uda is delayed. Over on Twitch it's like 20, 30, nah, it's about 20 seconds from me. YouTube's at about like 30, 35 seconds, since it has a rewind, like the DVR, to where if you tune in late you can still rewind, and there's a lot more quality options. Almog, I said it quite a few times, exclamation point request, press space and type a tank name, or even SPG. I know you've watched the stream a few times, I don't mean to sound rude, it's just that's how you request tanks here. And it's really just one request per person as well, since otherwise, you know, the requests fill up pretty fast. Thank you, Tommy. But as far as Star Wars spoilers, those weren't exactly the worst ones I've seen, but hopefully it didn't spoil the movie for anybody. I guess that's another chat rule. No movie spoilers, and you know, definitely no politics most of the time. Very rarely are politics allowed to be discussed here in the stream chat, just to keep things civil. You don't have a ton of armor on the T-25-2, but against a couple of these guys, I don't mind them hitting me in the turret, as long as, you know, they're not throwing premium and I have my turret pointed towards them. I don't mind taking a shot or so. It would be very nice though. We have a lot of tanks behind us, but they're not visible. I'm gonna let him go past me. Yeah, I'm a goner. They're not visible, like the KV-2, the E2. SU-100 is now charging in. Unfortunately, I took the brunt of the push there, but we should be able to just completely tear these guys apart. Like, they're gonna lose... Well, they should lose all of their tanks, where I'm kind of surprised they're not dead yet. But, nope, they're actually... It's not gonna come out even to where they're still gonna lose 2 more tanks than we do. But we should have only lost myself and maybe 1 other tank there. I guess the 2 derp guns in the back aren't hitting as well as they probably could have, but oh well. Well, Heinrich, yeah. Again, no politics or else. The next time you're probably STG and SPG I'll put on. Yeah, next time, you know, not to say you're going to be banned, but most likely if people try to troll and stuff, there's a very short leash when it comes to our stream here. Alright, so M48A5 is the next request here. Let's say you haven't seen Star Wars since. You only saw the first one came out. I was saying, you know, I'm not the say like craziest fan of Star Wars, but I do really like it. I like pretty much anything sci-fi. That's done pretty well. Which, Uda, if you're trying to request the PZ, the tier 2 German SPG, I don't have it, and also, you know, pretty much anyone that's requested a tank already this stream, I'm not going to be able to field any other requests given the amount that I have. Which, Marco, I already saw, I remember you commented on a YouTube video about giving you a gift or stuff. Unfortunately, I can't give people tanks or gifts just on a whim, you know. I'm not a billionaire. So I'm just gonna time you out there. You know, I know you don't mean too much harm from it, but it's just, you know, I can't just give things out here or there. You know, I don't have free stuff from Wargaming like other streamers do. It, you know, it has been a while. You know, the movie, what was it, 1977, I believe, or 78? The first movie. I think it was that. Yeah, it has been quite some time. But growing up, they were, you know, I really like Star Wars now since, you know, they were kind of like the first sci-fi movies I kind of grew up watching. But I'm not like some people that are like tearing the movie apart for doing certain things. I thought it was entertaining. They're firing gold now, so you're gonna exactly what you're chucking at me right back in the face, but unfortunately it's just me and E50M, which he's gonna take damage pretty much every shot in his turret here, whereas I have a small chance of bouncing, and of course I shot him right in the mantlet. But yeah, unfortunately here we're just outnumbered here. Oh lord, I'm missing like every single shot too, which is not helping at all, and their arty's actually hitting me. My only hope is to get back here. I should have done this earlier, but holy hell, do they have a lot of people on that one little spot. Once that Object 140 started chucking heat though, I knew the E50M was a goner. It has weak turret armor to begin with, but once you factor in heat, it's pretty much going to pen him every time because it doesn't bounce that often off of the like angled sections of the turret. But I missed so many shots to where this could be a little bit different over in my neck of the woods. I could have gotten like an extra 2k damage off on them. I'm also have a tendency to shoot right at medium turrets. Yeah, and I'm a goner. Oh well, I deserve that. But I don't know what, like, not to say these guys are doing because they can't push out and help us, but it would have been nice just to move a little bit over so they could have shots on the people in C1 instead of the only shots that you have from here are really when people push past and it's kind of game over at that point. But they just, it doesn't help that everyone's yelling at each other, but doesn't help that I pretty much pushed right into like 6 tanks. And yeah. KV2's up next here, then I'm gonna hop back into a grind before getting to the prototype. Hello, Crazy Legs, nice to see you. You little dog. Thank you very much, Crazy Fingers, and also Orc for the subscriptions. Favorite tank is the T110E3. Although technically now, like if you're just going off of like what the E3 plays like, I would probably say the Badger's better than the E3 now. But the E3 still is my favorite tank. I just like playing it. But I actually plan on making a video about the Badger because just, you know, explaining how to kill it, but also why it's a little bit too good. Like specifically against, say, like the T110E3, the Badger has shells that actually can, even though it does less damage than the E3 per shot, it actually cause more damage to the E3 per shot with Hesh because it has much higher pen than, say, like a typical HE shell. Where even though you can't pen each other a lot of times with gold, the Badger still has that Hesh shell. It's kind of like an ace in the hole. Just firing a warning shot there. Don't worry, guys. Oh man, I missed that so bad. I would say the Badger would, you know, with the lack of alpha, that would come into play, but the Badger, it's not like it has 400 alpha. It's got, what, like 490, I think? Or maybe in the 500s, I forget exactly what it is. To where the alpha, you know, that doesn't come too much into question because it's not like it's a 400 damage gun. It's much higher than that. This Artie's probably not going to get off of me. Live to fight another day. But I would not be surprised if the Badger gets nerfed next patch. If they don't, then I would say it's probably the first tank where, like right now the Super Conqueror, I think it's a little too strong too, but really the only tank that kills in a way, like balance wise, is it makes the E5 look pretty pathetic compared to it. The Badger makes pretty much every other tier 10 in a way. Got you back? You know, that's the problem. The Badger actually makes every other tier 10, in my opinion, look pretty bad. Because it's not just like a standard non-turret at TD. It can do a lot of different things given its armor, traverse rate, DPM, penetration, pretty much everything. Except for having a turret and, you know, like 300 millimeters of side armor or something. It's got everything else. But that's where, you know, if they don't fix it, then there's definitely a argument to make about wargaming screwing balance up a lot. I could hit him, it's just he's pulling back, you know. Oh, he knocked my engine out. You got my attention. I'm actually probably gonna die now. Or not. I got back just in time. I got a little bit too far up. I was hoping one of those TDs would not hit me, but stop shooting me. I can't shoot through these freaking walls. I forgot about that before I dropped down. Very much. I like SPGs. You don't always see me play them because I don't really, like, technically I have like the Crusader SPG now that I'm grinding, but I don't really grind SPGs, if that makes sense. But I think they're very important for the game. Like, a lot of people hate them, but most smashes without SPGs are pretty boring in my opinion. And I missed. I should have aimed that a little bit better. I really want to shoot him with 7 HP. What the hell? I'll just do it. Afraid of the Valentine, and he finally pushed up here. Yes, you make a very good point, Joe Biden over on Twitch. You know, he has said the Badger, it's all the evidence you need that already is required, you know, required to be in the game. Basically, without Artie, the Badger, stuff like the Super Conqueror, T110E3, you know, other mediums that can hold down stuff like the Kronwagen, they pretty much become immovable objects on the map, to where if there's no Artie in a match, a lot of times you just set yourself up in a defensible position that the enemy can't cap you and they can't flank you, and pretty much game over, unless like your team completely blows it. So it's, you know, not a great match in the KV2 here, but we won. I'm happy. You know, it's definitely something you need to keep in mind when, you know, say if you're complaining about Artie, is the way the game is set up, balanced, and, you know, plays. Without it, there's no hard counters to a lot of different tactics, and it makes the game not just simplistic, but it makes it unbalanced, in my opinion, and actually very campy. People say Artie causes camping. It's the opposite, in my opinion, because usually the campers, once they're spotted, Artie just kills them. You know, no problem, Abdul. Sorry it wasn't a, you know, a better battle, but I always love playing the KV2. It's one of, you know, it's one of my favorite mid tiers to play. Good morning, McFinger. Penny for your thoughts. They give you 2 cents worth, maybe inflation? I don't know, since they came up with that saying. Anyway, AMX30 again here. Then I'm getting back. I'm going to do the next line of requests, the T28 Proto, Chrysler K, Scorpion G. It's kind of how I'm doing things off here, to where, you know, I don't think I can take any more requests, just given the amount of time I have left on the stream. But towards the end, you know, if there is time, I will, you know, open up requests again, type more in. It's, you know, Airfield, I don't think it's a bad map. I don't personally play it very well. I don't like it very much unless I get like in a heavy tank. complaints about tier 8 to 10. What do you mean, like, or tier 8 versus 10? People always are going to complain about matchmaking. Like, yes, you're at a disadvantage, but that's how the game's always been. There's always been a tier spread, where sometimes you get same tier matches, but, you know, if you're a tier 8, just try to outplay the enemy tier 8s, and sometimes you have those awesome battles where, say, you kill like a tier 10 mostly on your own, and to me it makes the game, you know, not to say all that better just because of that, but it creates those moments in World of Tanks that, you know, if you just faced off against the same tier every single battle, there'd be less, say, like highs and lows, but to me it creates a little bit of a forced challenge in a way. But I don't see anything wrong with different tiers fighting against one another. Balance isn't always perfect. It's probably never going to be with the amount of different tanks in the game, but you know, it's one of those things. They're never going to remove the matchmaking spread. It would honestly probably do more harm than good for, say, like the NA server with the low population at times. Which, you know, Lemming Rush, I've seen him play a lot to where, you know, mediums, they're definitely something that can counter tanks and like hold down positions and stuff, but it's still, you know, not really a tactic that you can rely upon, which that E5 is pushing. I'm hopefully not going to flip myself over here. It's not a tactic you can rely upon like every single time, to where, yes, you can flank something in a medium and get behind, say, where it's hold down, but it's still not, say, balanced in a way. If, you know, that's not always an option on most maps. Bleh. Flippered one's coming in. Just trying to not... I know TDs, if they're back there, can hit me. I don't know if he actually saw me. He's a goner now. I think we just had a little bit of SPG help on him. Whoops, we're now at 30B. Thank you, 30B. There's an M46 over here too. Or a Panther 2. I wanted to push further over here, but that E5, he played that a little bit fast. I'm keeping an eye on the tanks behind me since... Crap, I shot the ground. Why do I always shoot the frickin' ground? This is actually not good now because I'm tracked, I have no repair kit. He can actually still hit me. And I'm getting RD'd. Yeah. I wish I had more repair. Oh, I just got back in time. But the RD, both of them are aiming at me. If it was just one, this would be a lot easier to get out of. Not gonna ditch my prototype though, even though it's not in my best interest to, or it's in my best interest to run away right now, but I'm not gonna ditch him. He's been playing extremely well. Frickin' Lorraine almost got me again. Run away! Because this Borsig's gonna most likely come over and get one of us. I'm stunned. Oh, why? No! I saw the M46 coming up. It's just the already being on me. I can't stay here. I'm trying to kind of stick with this guy, but ah, God, no, we're done. I should have ran away faster. I should have ran away, you know, just when I had the chance instead of stopping. Because, yeah, they just got all three of us there. Oh well. We're all low HP, so we can still win this, but I definitely, the Artie is what did me in. Like the T92 and the Lorraine caused probably 1100, 1200 damage on me. But props to them. That's why, honestly, I play Airfield terrible. Or terribly. Hello, Dylan. But let's get into the T28 prototype here. Which, for anyone watching, I said it in the beginning. Every stream this week, the last raffle, the winner, I'm going to give away a Steam game key. Most of them are like RTS games, so hopefully you guys enjoy them. Well, I kind of, like, you know, if believe the forums and stuff about, say, matchmaking, I was seeing people discussing, like, say, movie reviews specifically for Star Wars. People, and even, say, like, restaurant reviews, people are more inclined if they have a bad time or are upset about something to comment about it, especially on the internet. So, usually, you know, there could be something behind, you know, a lot of people complaining about something, but most of the time it's more or less just people that have a negative experience are definitely going to voice their opinions more than, say, someone that's satisfied. So it's unfortunately just a byproduct of, I think, the internet, because it's very easy to basically, for lack of better words, or try not to curse here, just, you know, be rude on the internet because you're hiding behind a computer, no one knows who you are, or even if they do, it's not like you're yelling to someone right to their face. You're gonna time out the lame jokes. Hey, I like cheesy jokes, but yes, some of you guys do need to keep your day job. Well, someone tried to spoil Star Wars earlier, Echo, but if anyone ever does it, you know, again here, and I'm sure someone might try, given that Chris brought it up now, pretty much you're going to be banned, and I'm not going to unban you. Doesn't matter who it is, to be honest. Now, you can talk about it, joke about it, but anything like plot-wise, not even just for Star Wars, but other movies, that's a no-no. Which, thank you very much, Labobo, for the balancing tip. Sorry I missed that. I kind of zipped past my head here. Which, your final warning, Dylan. I believe you're Dylan. You changed your name to Notice Me. If you spam ever again, you're getting banned. That's your last warning. Like, I read and pretty much say hello to everybody, to where you've been pushing it. I should be able to inch up here. I see our north is having some difficulties. Nothing that's honestly their fault. They're just really outnumbered out. Whoops, I guess missed the, or wasted a shot. I didn't miss it. Almost wasted another shot there. How did that not hit? That looked like it was... We must be hitting another tank. Yeah, we're hitting the Strav S1. I'm like, there's no way that all, like, three of us missed there. That Strav S1's probably like, hackers, they're shooting me, I'm not spotted. Yeah, that was really bad luck on the Strav S1's part. This is a map where I like doing the plop your butt on cap. We really need to start pushing out of the south more. We have a few people they're not sitting there necessarily useless, but they're going to fall behind. But even though we had a lead, it's not that big of a lead considering once they clean up the north, it's pretty much equal amounts of tanks here. But I'm going to do my tried and true, plop myself on the cap and slowly back up behind these buildings. Approach usually works, definitely works without SPGs. But three tanks here, we're hopefully going to get this. Right now I'm kind of safe directly from here, but not on my left. That could be a problem. This AMX 1375's their only hope right now. Here we go. And that's how you win. But yeah, the 1375, he could have pulled it off, but honestly the best way to reset the cap is if you come a little bit from the right, but we had people in the center. But yeah, unfortunately for him, he didn't do anything wrong. Their team played well. They would have beaten us in a fair fight, but the cap is always something that you got to keep an eye on. In standard battles most, and assault, but a little bit less so in, say, like encounter, since it takes longer, but gotta always keep that in mind. So I have a Chrysler Grand Finals here, and then a Scorpion G up next. I'm hoping, maybe by the end of the stream here, I should be within arm's reach of the AMX 30B, to where finally going to be able to start maybe another tank line here soon. We'll see. It helps making like 4,000 or 5,000 experience a battle. Hello, Andre. What is on my head? Let me show you. Here we go. Got a Christmas hat here. I actually didn't put the sweater on today. Usually I have like a ugly Christmas sweater. It's over there. It was just a little hot in here when I started the stream, so I figured I'd forego the heat exhaustion. Luckily last stream I thought I was getting a little sick. I definitely don't feel like 100%, but I think it was just from talking a lot that day. My tonsils were like really swollen. I'm gonna head north here. This tank has a lot of frontal armor. Doesn't fight too well, say, up in like B2 with that little hill. But being bottom tier here, I'm not gonna be able to push the south. Like, you need a lot of armor for that, or you need to like, have a really fast tank to get into that little horseshoe area quick. But I'd rather head up here. I can spot a little bit for these TDs that are gonna be camping, and hopefully slow them down if they push this hard. Guardrails? Levi has resorted to, he's underneath my like chair here. He like slowly tries to push me. Usually if if I'm not streaming and I try to sit down, he runs underneath the desk here. And he's like, well, you have to pet me now. Hello, 660 driver over on Twitch. I stupidly left that open there, that shot. Yeah, we're gonna need a little bit of help here in the grand scheme of things. Should be able to bounce, unless he's shooting heat. Yeah, this is Nubian. Ooh, there's a mouse up here. Holy crap. I'm gonna get... yeah. Probably a lot of words that can describe about what's about to happen to me. None of them pretty. I'm gonna try to damage their M48 a little bit more and hopefully bounce that. Just trying to stay alive as long as possible. I know that there's tanks behind me. They're probably gonna kill me, but here we go. I damaged the mouse a little bit more. It's just oh well. It's, if I didn't go out there, this would have just been like a surprise flank, and I don't know why. Say if the Leopard 1 was out here, he would have been able to get, you know, 1 or 2 shots off and still made it back with his mobility. Honestly, like the PZ-58 there, even though he died out there with me, it's you still need someone over there, especially with no arty. If you just let the enemy just kind of roll across the map and take it all, you're most likely going to lose. Where I still ended up with, you know, just being a tier 8 and a tier 10 battle. Most people would complain like, oh, I got overran and, you know, outnumbered and, you know, my team sucks. I still did 2,000 damage, and even though I didn't get a lot of assist damage, I still kind of set up to where the enemy's not going to be able to take this flank. Hopefully they kill the mouse, and after that Skoda has low HP, and it's really just the T-54E1 and whatever else isn't spotted over there. So hopefully they win, but I still I like playing aggressive even if I'm bottom tier like that, because I did more for my team than honestly some of our tier 9s and maybe even like a tier 10 will do there, just from getting damage early, slowing them down, spotting them. You know, that's definitely something to where it doesn't show up on the scoreboard always. That's still a pretty good battle. Merry Christmas to you too, Beaver. But anyway, now we're on a TD, no arm, or we're in a TD, no armor, on a city map. Probably gonna head south to begin with and see if I can get like a quick shot on one of their faster tier 10s here. Right, but we all know how my Scorpion G matches go. They're either like, eh, they're okay, or I died in the first 30 seconds. After this battle, depending on how long it takes, this one or the next one, I'll be doing another raffle here. Barely spotted me there. Already won't be set up, but we'll see if any... doesn't look like anything else is going to push around this corner. Maybe they will. Color me surprised. He made it over there. I don't know why he wanted to push there, but let's see if he does the same thing and push around this little bend. I don't think the guy's gonna do it a second time now. I'm definitely playing this a fair bit risky. I knew I could get here though, to where hopefully I can get a shot on the 132. I don't think he will try to flank me. This 907's coming now. That's not good. Save me, team. Ooh, that was smart. He just hit me with HE. He got a little bit more damage out of that shot. Honestly, wouldn't have done that though, because you know his 13105 is definitely a little bit too far away. Ooh, to help, but he's got me now. He finally pushed in, which I should have been aiming that way because I wasn't gonna push on the 907. But at the very least, we're gonna kill both of their tier 10s here. They're left with a Super Conqueror. And really all we lost out of that was me in the south here. So not that much of a loss for our team, given the tank I'm in. The Scorpion G is a very good tank. I don't play it all too well sometimes. Anyway, moving along. I probably, you know, I would have gotten one more shot in the 13105, but unless I went on the other side of, you know, when I turned, instead of turning left, I would have turned right. I would have died anyway. I'm hopping back to the AMX here because I'm down to 42,000 experience. And then I'm gonna hop into the mouse. No, I have a Levi pick before that, so I'll pick something I haven't played in a while. Hey, little buddy. Which tonight, I'll be playing Dreadnought starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pretty much, if you do not know what that game is, think World of Tanks in space with giant spaceships. There's smaller spaceships and stuff too, but it's a pretty fun game. There hasn't been too many changes, like new maps and stuff in the game outside of like reskin ones, but they've rebalanced a lot of stuff since the last time I've streamed it. A lot of the stuff though is kind of like modules at tier 4 and tier 5, which I'm mainly at tier 3 right now. The only gripe I have about that game, same thing goes with like Wargaming, they put camouflage per battle now for credits, which I think is a good idea, but games that like premium time, it's based off of say like days in World of Tanks. Dreadnought does the same thing where a premium account is based off of days. However, I can't justify myself spending like gold when, you know, I play it for like a battle or two, but here or there. Like if it was like per battle, I'd jump all over that because I wouldn't feel like I'm wasting, you know, say my money. Really, 0 damage crit, and I'm spotted. I don't mind falling off here. That guy's lucky, but that's the downside of the AMX 30 tanks now. Lots of DPM, but really crappy accuracy. Oh lord, and even worse accuracy if I'm aiming, obviously. Alright, so I pretty much screwed that up, so I'll go shoot this M46 here. Thanks for tipping, Levi. Hello, Matthew and B33. A lot of things work that way, Mojo. You learn to hate something until you have it in World Tanks. Matchmaking? It's not broken. Honestly, like, I'd love to see if Wargaming reverted matchmaking back to when I started the game. Like, I played when it was ±3, and, you know, it had, like, no restrictions on anything, so you could have, like... Just to put it in perspective, this is why the Type 59 is, you know, it has a good reputation. You could have, say, 3 Type 59s as the only tier 8s in a battle, and then you can have, like, 1 tier 7, some tier 6s, and then you have, like, a bunch of, like, PZ4s and M4 Shermans as tier 5s in the battle against Type 59s. That's how the matchmaking used to be. And that's why the Type 59 has its reputation. Where the matchmaking now, you know, mirroring teams somewhat, you know, like the same classes on each side, as long as, you know, the matchmaking queue is moving at a brisk pace. You also have, you know, just +or -2 matchmaking. There's a lot of improvements they've done to it to where I'm perfectly fine with the matchmaking that we have now. Like, if you want same tier spread every single battle, go play like Strongholds or Clan Wars or something, and see how fun that is. It is fun. Sometimes it can be extremely frustrating though, because when you start getting clobbered, there's no clawing your way back. Like, say if you're in a higher tier tank. Fortunately here, I missed a lot of shots, but that's to be expected in this tank. But unfortunately, the rest of my team's kind of dying. 1390, you're gonna get lit up by... Lord. Good guess, STA1. You're gonna get lit up, and yeah. Killed the M46, but at what cost? Yeah, unfortunately though, I wasn't able to land the shots that I needed to hit. Oh god, here he comes. Okay, he did exactly what I didn't want him to do. I wanted to get a shot on him before he could get a little bit closer to me. But he's gonna go all the way. Nope, he's gonna pull back. Rev 103B, I've gotta be careful. That's what the Skoda gets pulled into. Crap. Nicely done, Bat Chat. He pulled back, you know, going in reverse, and he doesn't stick out that much. And I bounced. This isn't gonna have a happy ending for me. 1 HP on the FE 4202. At least I got him with that one. But the Strub 103B, I can almost guarantee he's gonna pop up here very soon. Or he might be taking it slow now. That completely whiffed on his cupola. That's really the only spot I can pin him. But I got one more shot off here before the inevitable happens. Yeah, I'm dead. 2,700 damage, but we still lost. Yeah, they got quite a bit of tanks left. Anyway, we have a Levi pick here, so I'm gonna switch tanks a little bit. At least we won the Scorpion G match. I am happy at that one, since I died a little early. But Third Strub 1 will be pretty much, yeah, little buddy. He tore us apart in the, in the center. Alright, so what have... Why don't I play a Bat Chat 25T? I have not played that in a while. Very, very long time for this pick. I know it's just sitting there, but I'll head with this one. Up after this, I have the Mouse coming up, the Badger, T110E3. So let me start a raffle here. 700 Levi biscuits for the winner. The next raffle, which Matthew is Matthew I think I'm pronouncing it close. Is T92 light tank or T92 SPG? The next raffle towards the end of the stream. I'll probably do it, you know, with about like 15-20 minutes left in the stream now. The next winner, you know, you win the Levi biscuits, but you also get a free game on Steam. If you do win it, pretty much all you got to do is PM me either in the game here, World of Tanks, give me your username, no matter what server you're on. Unless it's the Russian server, unfortunately, I can't. I don't have an account over there, but I have an SEA and also an EU account, and I can send you a code through that, through the forums, Discord, or there's something in the chatbot shop. If you want to just drop your email there, I could email it to you. But I'll send it to you pretty much at the end of the stream. Really hope that my team actually pushes up here. Once I saw that a bunch of their lights were over on the other side. Oh god, did you flip yourself over? Thank god. Okay, the SPG? Sure thing, I'll try to get to it. We'll see how much time I have left after getting through these requests here. Come on team, keep pushing. I don't necessarily want to get stuck up here. Just waiting. Hopefully my T30, the T54E1, they can push up. I'm just waiting for... I'm using my one set of heat here. Most people honestly carry like all heat in this thing because you can actually snipe in the bat chat if you run a lot of heat in it. Come on. It's like, can you guys go right there? But I loaded the heat just in case I, you know, needed to shoot this Emil one while it was still hold down. I know I can get hit from the center here. I was weighing risk and reward. We got one more tank out. We got to worry about here now. Fortunately, we still have people sitting in G1. If you don't want to push, say, from G1 to where we're at here, the best thing you can do is kind of slide over to, what is it, F3, and then kind of work your way a little bit over towards the center. It's just by doing that, you spot anyone trying to shoot the corner here. The AMX, if it's side on, I'll take some shots at it. If I can actually hit it, you know. This isn't exactly best roll for a bat chat shooting at long range, but I can make do. Our team's doing a very good job. We're up by 9 tanks. I almost always in a medium try to take the 1-2 line because you just win so much of the map. Like you can push their TDs and campers back in the northwest corner. You can help turn and spot the center. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's almost like pulling a net around the enemy team. Same thing happens is, you know, if the enemy pushes down to H1 early and you lose that, you know, on our side, you're pretty much, it's a game over almost. You know, it's just, there's certain spots on maps that, you know, while it's not like a surefire win, it makes it very likely that you're going to win if you win something early on. But decent battle for not having played the bat chat in, I don't even know how long since I've played the tier 10 one. Right, I don't want to shoot you. I would definitely like to get a little bit more damage off here, but hitting my teammate is not on the list of things I want to do. But did 4,200 damage, 1,300 assist, which congratulations, Dana. on winning the raffle. Levi's still waiting. I gave him a, you know, biscuit here. Now he's like, maybe I'll get a 5th one. Most amount of damage in the match by a pretty comfortable margin. Me and the 1390 did a very good job there. And made 84,000 credits. Thank you. Plus 48% boost here. So I got a mouse up next. Let me get to that. With my very festive camouflage. Which currently I still have to add. I didn't show it earlier. I still have to add. That's kind of on the list of things to do today. John, you have one more challenge, Victor. I gotta add up to the sponsor board. But yeah, I'm gonna be reworking the kind of the left side of that from this view. Hopefully today. So where all those little white, they're supposed to be tiger ones, but yeah, can't really show it on the webcam without zooming in, and it's really grainy. That's 1 second. Can't ignore my mother, so. How many people would have to request a tier 1 until I actually play it? You know, if you guys really want me to play one, I'll play it, but to me it's time I could otherwise, you know, be, say, doing a grind or, you know, a little bit more interesting battle. But if you guys would like me to play with tier 1, I could slip one in, so. You guys would be missing out on all, you know, all this glory here. I really want to go south right now, but I just can't, because otherwise my town is gonna most likely be up against a lot more armor. It's gonna be at a pretty big disadvantage. Almost. Please no tier 1. This is for getting, you have to get every single ornament in a specific collection for the holiday event. This one is for traditional Christmas. Let's say I can shoot right back at you, T49. Yes, I remember that Rudy one. I'm gonna use my repair kit. I just want to get into specifically right over here. Sooner and later, hopefully no enemies will get into the A line. That's usually how I like to play the town here. The next one I'm working on, I'm almost towards the... I almost have all the Russian New Year ones, and I want the Chinese one. I think the Chinese camouflage is probably the best out of all of them. You already for reminding me that you're here. We haven't seen their mouse yet, so there's a potential that he... That was a little bit of a lucky shot on my part. There's a potential the mouse is up here. But, alright. So whenever you're around a corner in the town, you gotta angle this way. Whether or not you're actually pushing is one thing, but you gotta point your front of armor here. Is he using gold? I'm gonna swap over just because I have a feeling he is. Oh no, he actually is not. I'm surprised. Which, we completely lost the south. I'm not surprised. That's usually where I go on this map. I probably should have went that way, but... Like, I can block all the damage up here, and honestly, I'm almost confident I could hold the town was just like a couple tanks behind me in this, but unfortunately, you know, we got definitely beat down in the south. You're not angling wrong. It's just... at this point, the mouse, he just has to wean us out, and no, we're not going to be able to come back unless for whatever reason they fail to push. I'm actually going to hopefully not get hit by a TD over here, but I really hope that these guys don't do anything too stupid. Like the Chrysler did reposition, it's just... trying to get myself somewhere a little bit different. I don't know, honestly looking back now, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but we'll see. Yes, we have a T95 there. I completely forgot about him. But what I do know is I don't want to be pushing into a mouse and a T30. Little HWK is gonna be like, why are you here? And of course I did 0 damage. Why is it whenever I shoot like a light or a medium, it freaking aims just a little bit too low and I do 0 HP damage? And that's, yeah, Yag Tiger. Oh, I deserve that. Thank you very much, Ghost, for the tip. All right. Unfortunately, yeah, I should have just stuck with the town. We're up now, but the T92, he... thank you very much, T92. You're getting us back in this. But I should have just kept with the town here. Hopefully they wait for me. That was a mistake on my part. I was thinking that they were gonna push our base a lot harder than what they did, but their AMX M451 and their Yag Tiger stopped. I did not foresee that. Where are you going? Mainly concerned about the T30. Luckily I bounced him. Ah, God. That's not where I wanted to hit. Why did I shoot that? Alright, let's get the T30. That's what the Emil's going for. There we go. Now we'll finish the mouse off. Yag Panther 2. To turn. They should have him. I know the Emil one's loading. Nah, I gotta help. Oh. Why did I do that? I did that 2 times in a row. Sorry, T30. I feel really bad now. There we go. That's where I wanted to hit. Just a little bit lower. Oh, I feel that was such a stupid shot because the mouse's turret armor on the side, even without any like extra angling to it, even with APCR, it would be like a crapshoot for me to penetrate that reliably. That might have actually just shifted things a little bit back into their favor. I just don't know where this Yag Tiger is. I'm sure I'll find him soon. We need to keep at least one piece of cover. Holy hell, that was... Shouldn't have been able to hit that. Thank you, RNG, but I shouldn't have been able to hit that shot. Alright, the Yag Tiger's back there at the T95. As long as this Emil 1 lets me push on this guy, we should be fine. If the T95 doesn't get flanked. Help him. Don't push. You're gonna get penned. That guy can pen your turret. Why? With the amount of HP you have, just why are you pushing there? Are you trying to help them win? Yep, he's got a pretty damn good gold crown. I guess hit his mantlet. This is not good. Full speed ahead. No. He's gonna try to track me. Whew. Well, at least we didn't blow this. Thank you very much, T95. I definitely was... I was helping the enemy team out a little bit there, but in the end, yeah. We did not blow that. Anyway, Mastery Badge 2nd class, steel wall, high caliber. Yeah, I'm very... Which, anyone that sends me a platoon invite today, I'm just soloing during the stream today. But I'm glad, in the end of the day, I didn't end up getting us a loss there. But I'll admit, I should have just stayed in the town, and a couple of those shots against the mouse, that was just bad. You never want to shoot the mouse's turret in the sides like that if you have access to the upper part of the side hole. I have a badger now. No, I don't want this. Obviously, you know, we're really popular here with the spamming date things today. Hello, Giannis? Hello. Lorraine 40T, I can add it onto the request list here. I'm not sure if I can get to any requests now, just because I have like 47 minutes left on the stream, but I still have, you know, some tanks before it. The way the stream works, for anyone who doesn't know already, above the mini map in the battles here, I have a little list. I work top down tank requests in order. The Badger, pretty much you're just gonna have the center here on the lower glacis. There's no real other small weak spot except for maybe punching like gold through the unangled bits, you know, around the gun, and that, you know, that's still just like, that's pushing it there to where really you're better off just hitting it honestly with like HE towards the top of the tank. If you can maybe shoot the side, but pretty much if the gun of this can reach you, you're gonna bounce off this area to where you can sometimes pen lower on the side. It's all good. I do my best to pronounce names, but you know. We have a T95 down in the 1-2 line, so I don't need to go over there. where I don't take any stupid damage. They do have a lot of tanks over there actually though, so I might actually not make it very far out of like my spawning area here. Team's not exactly like setting up well to where I can like push over on the other side of the map. No big deal, at least as of right now. And they're not going to push up. Hello, Wayne. Nice to see you. As long as these guys stay alive here, I'll be able to push the center pretty well. The 183 is kind of my biggest obstacle. Even though, think of it, I can help tidy up because they're not spotting right here. I don't think anyone's right here. We'll see. The T-54 is getting close to where he's going to spot me. But if I can wrap up this area, that will be very important for my team here. And all these people are like, shit, there's a badger. One tank. There's a bat chat on my left. Just gotta keep a very close eye on him, but this Emil shot a couple shots at the badger, or not the badger. Well, the badger is dangerous, but the bat chat is. Okay. He just decided to run off the cliff. Oh lord. That was my bad. Come on, just a little bit more. Fine, I'll shoot him and miss. But pretty much when you're seeing this tank, you're pretty much gonna die. Like, unless you're able to flank it or just, you know, outnumber it by a huge margin, the badger is very difficult to kill if it's facing you. You know, you either eat her. That's what I said. You either basically flank it, already at the death, or you just run away from it. Let's see if this 183 is gonna pop me. I'm gonna go for the T28. Okay, there we go. But the thing is just, it's crazy at times. Like, the left and right movement on the gun, it's got a lot of wiggle room. Got a lot of frontal armor, mobility isn't too bad, gun depression's good. Let's see. 183, yep, 647 damage. I thought he was going to try to pen me with like AP or something. But all in all, as far as like matches for this tank goes, not actually that much damage. I'm not going to start chucking APCR here because we have a W. Be really close to falling off here too. But it's a really easy tank to play just because it's, you know, it's really good. It's almost like taking the T110E3, making the lower glaze smaller, giving it, you know, no top weak spot, because the E3, while it does have a strong cupola, it does have like a very small strip that you can potentially pen. Yeah, it's pretty much giving the E3 a higher DPM gun, a little bit less alpha, better, slightly better armor. They are very similar. And I believe, in the grand scheme of things, yep, 10 degrees of gun depression on the Badger. E3 only has -8, so the Badger can actually hold down and not show its lower plate. So you're pretty much screwed coming across this tank. Anyway, though, we have a T110E3 right after this, to where it's like pretty much like, let me check really fast here. for the Badger, because I am planning on making a weak spot guide for it. Let me get into the E3 though. Which, what I was talking about, there is a very small area here you can potentially pen. It's very unlikely, but it is possible. Yeah, I haven't gotten around to doing that yet for the Badger, but just looking at its armor here, really, like the lower plate just in the center is 243 millimeters effective, so you can pen it, but you still have an alright chance to bounce it. Like if you're in a tier 10 heavy shooting standard AP, it's almost like 50-50. But really the only other weak area like above that lower plate, just looking at it here, the only other weak area, the weakest, I'm just looking, 305 millimeters effective around the gun is the next weakest area. There's no other. Yeah, that's the next weakest area, is basically if you're looking at the Badger, shooting it like right around the gun, and that's almost virtually impossible to penetrate, so it's not actually a weak spot. But pretty much, yes, you just run away from it, or like you can bounce its shots, you know, in some tanks. It's just, you can shoot HE at its roof, much like the E3. If you're not able to hit the E3's lower plate, just splash it with HE in the roof and you will do some damage to it, but you're better off just working your way around it. I think, I might have forgot. Hello, Axis. Nice to see you. Anyway, we have an E3 here. After this, I'm going to be popping into one other grind, probably the AMX 30 again, so I can finish that grind up. Then I have the Luke's T124, STG, and SPG request, which will probably be the T92, and Lorraine 40T. I'm going to try my best to get to all of them. I might not be able to, given the time left here. But I will be back streaming tonight. It is going to be for Dreadnought, different game in the World of Tanks, but kind of similar in how the game's designed, and it's pretty damn fun playing it and also watching it. If you don't know what the game's about, it's pretty fun to watch. There's a lot going on. This guy was on my team earlier. Please report me. I remember unique names like that. I decided to go the long route kind of here. We had plenty of people over on the 1-2 side, where I think my team needs a little bit more helping over here, which there is a Badger over here, awesome, which, and of course he gets himself right now. I'm not going to be able to pen him. He, of course, he shot me in my lower plate because I only have 8 degrees of gun depression. I am going to swap over to 1 APCR and see if I can get lucky here. Nah, I'm not even going to take the shot. Okay, most likely I'm not. This is actually probably going to end up pretty bad, because I've got to help get some HP off here. But right now, the Badger, I'd be able to shoot right from here, from this position. Can't see my lower plate if I had that extra 2 degrees of gun depression. The where it doesn't seem like a lot, you know, going from 8, holy crap, there's another Badger. Going from 8 degrees, which he's showing his lower plate there, 8 degrees to 10, but it's the difference between working off of hills like this, which don't seem very steep, but 8 degrees of gun depression leaves a little window open for most people to be able to hit you. Yeah, the Lorraine 40T, honestly, that's probably the best prize out of the loot boxes in my opinion. Like, the Type 59's rare, but the Lorraine 40T I feel like is the best prize you can probably get out of them as far as a tier 8 premium. Yeah, this guy gets fixed himself to where no hope to pen him unless we had like a Jagdpanzer E100 maybe. Yeah, he gets penned me again, right in the lower plate. Just, you know, that's the difference between the different degrees of gun depression here. I'll give a shot at him. It's just with APCR, it's very unlikely I could pen him, but if I get like the max roll on the penetration, there's like a 5-10% chance. I forget the exact numbers there. You don't even have to pull back, dude. I cannot penetrate you. Like, I am gonna shoot HE at you, but I literally cannot penetrate you. But it might actually get me with the amount of people that have Badgers, because everyone, you know, rushed to get to 183. I might actually start adding, like, say, more HE on some tanks like the E3 here. But I'm just holding out hope that my other flank wins at this point. Because if I back off here, their Object 140 can't bounce shots. We're pretty much done for if I leave this area. I'll chuck APCR at him, but I'm just gonna bounce off here. Hoping that he doesn't push, or this Badger for that matter. I'm gonna lose a ton of credits, but if we win, it's definitely well worth it. We are not going to last long here. Thank God our Batchat 25T is able to get that TVP. Don't do it, 140. I'll stick myself out a little bit, but it's all good, Lobobo. You know, work is a necessity. Oh Lord, their Badger. He's probably gonna get me killed, but I just could not give up that shot. Yeah, he's... I really wish our other flank would go. Like, I know that they are outnumbered, but comes a point where either you guys go or you're just gonna get flanked by friggin' Badgers and, yeah, tanks that you do not want to get flanked by. But this guy, he's just heshing me down for the most part. Very nice object. I wish I could help a little bit more. Got it. Finally got his lower plate. That's really the only spot you have. Like, we've definitely done decent work here. I'm gonna hold... Hopefully this Strev doesn't pen me, but he might. And I bounced. Yeah, I hit his roof, which you can't overmatch. We should still win this though, but it's really the only tactic we had going for us, is kind of just hold out hope. And yeah. Anyway, we should win this. Fortunately, we were able to hold out long enough to where if they get pushed hard, we're gonna be screwed there. Hello, JT. Nice to see you. I'm gonna get one more. Yeah, I'll use it. I have 233 of these things. Like, they just hand them out like candy. I'm going to use a couple, like, lesser ones of these guys, since I only have about a half hour left. Alright, so I was getting into another grind before going on to the Lukes. AMX-30 is going to be that tank, since very much like I'm down to what? Ooh, no, a little bit more than that. I was about to say 20,000 experience. It's more like 35, 40,000, I think. I want it to pull up because that last battle I bounced off the Badger's roof. Its roof armor is 63.5 millimeters across the entire top. When you take that into account compared to, say, hurry up and load, the T110E3, its roof armor is 75 on the front. However, it drops down to 38 millimeters once you get past the slope section. So that's where the Badger at times, having a little bit more roof armor, helps against SPGs and HE shells, but where I kind of just barely caught it, it ricocheted off, I thought I heard. The E3, unless you're shooting it towards the gun in the front, most shells will overmatch it at, you know, tier 10, unless you have a very low caliber gun. Almog, the tanks I have left are on the right above the mini-map. The Luke's E4, STG, T92, SBG, and Lorraine 40T. I don't know if I'm going to have time to get to them all. I'm going to try my best. Please don't pull back. Alright, they're going to have two guys over here. I'm going to try to get a somewhat safe shot off. I am spotted though. Do I think the Conqueror is aiming at me? Who knows? He's definitely set up at this point. Type 61's heading here. Who's that guy? Thank you. We'll take a little bit of free damage there. You have to be careful, I can get shot if I advance on them. You're better off just letting this work its course. If they push out on you, they're going to take a lot of damage. If they fall back, good for you. Then you can kind of push up and shoot them. But where they're at, it's more dangerous for me to, say the Type 61 gets died, it's more dangerous for me to push up on them because of all these tanks. I'll just go back into this position and try to get a few little shots without being shot at. Not exactly the best shots given the accuracy on this, but hey, as long as I'm causing damage, I'll take them. I'm not really wanting to push on the T-54 unless we get a little bit more pressure on them. Have left to achieve? Too many to name. I can't name that during the stream. I'd like to get, see if this works. I might regret this. As far as DPM goes, I out DPM him, but not by much. It looks like he's using the higher DPM gun as well. Hopefully switching to HE does not come back to bite me here. I want to take out of the equation any bounces at all. As long as I didn't hit him really low on the tracks or... Lord. Did you push that far, AT-15? They're pushing up. Yeah, I'm gonna fall back. Go, now I can push up here. It's just the AMX 5100. I guess I do have a Scorpion G. He pulled back to the one line. Like, we're up by a lot here, so me dying isn't, like, say, the end of everything, but I would very much prefer not to die and then, you know, have something fall apart. I have a Scorpion G overlooking. I'll push out here. Ooh, nope, he's not gonna do that. No, this is not good. I hope that I don't get RD'd, but better to be safe than sorry. That Scorpion G should be fine if 5100 doesn't have enough shells left to kill him. There we go. But I definitely don't have every tank in the game. Mainly like German TDs, Russian TDs, all SPGs outside of like half of the British and all the Americans I have. But yeah, there's still quite a few lines I have left to do. Hello, Ukraine person? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I think you're Ukrainian, not Russian. Well, yeah, I'm gonna condense the SVG and the T92 into one. Did 4,300 damage though, not too shabby. But pretty much played that how I want to play that side. You play it aggressive, but you don't push all the way until you have like that TD ridgeline spotted, because you're just gonna get torn apart. We did win. Let me pull up the T110E3 match first here before that kind of disappears. You little dog. So the E3 match we did win on Erlingberg. Yeah, our Bat Chat and Badger did a very nice job. I'll take some credit though, because these two Badgers, I don't know, you know, there's 3 in total. I tied up 2 Badgers almost, and you know, the people with me as well, where you know, that was pretty big for our team. Most amount of damage in AMX 30 match though. Would have liked to get like a first class or something, but close. Alright, so we have a Luke's up next here. I'm gonna, after this Luke's battle, I'll fire off the last raffle for the stream here. The next one coming up, you know, the winner, whoever wins it, please, you can either PM me on Discord, PM me in the game, or give me your World of Tanks name if you're not on the NA server. Or in the Fussbot shop, at the very bottom, it says, I think like game key winner or something, or raffle winner. You can buy that. I'll put one in the shop and just type your email or something in it. I don't think it will show up. I'll take it off of the stream overlay. Okay, Victor. Let's say I remember that there's a second Victor. There we go. Thanks. Alright, so bottom tier here. Alright. Calm down, Wire. I always tangle up my headset. I'm gonna try my best to scout the south here and hopefully not flip myself over. Please, please, please. There we go. If that guy started like turning left, he was gonna send me into tailspin. But I might be able to get all the tanks in here. I might go a little bit over the end time, but I might be able to fit in everything here for the stream. I want to get just a little bit more spotted. He's got pretty much the same gun as I do. I don't think he's gonna do that again. Kinda hoping he had the one shotgun. I would have taken less damage. Okay, M3 Lee's there. I'm gonna hopefully not get hit by this guy. I'm just gonna get out of the view range, hopefully, and just keep him lit. Don't think my shell can travel this far, but we'll find out here very shortly. Not really. I hit one, but there's like no penetration left on him. Alright. Hopefully we can get that BDR out. You know, with the amount of HP I've left, I'm not able to like run in and do like a little pass and, you know, get a clip off safely. Can't really do anything against this Matilda either. He's gonna pretty much machine gun me down, so I guess I'm kind of stuck out here. I don't think he has me spotted. Nope, but yep, maybe he does. 25 damage. Oh yeah. Bring on that ace tanker. Which obviously I was a little bit too high on our team in the south, because that BDR is still alive, and yeah. Ooh, I was like, where did I spot the bishop? I thought it was to my left. Not able to really damage him. He only had like a small little sliver, but here's to getting a little bit more off that Valentine. But that Matilda, I can load up APCR, but I'm more concerned about the gun on the Matilda. It fires pretty fast, the gun that usually is equipped on it, and you know, I'm not really able to survive that. It's going to be able to just, even if I dodge, say, 2 shots, it's definitely going to be able to get 3 or 4 off before I'm able to kill it. Fortunately, though, like, I lost my HP early to that leopard, but there we go, just barely. Fortunately, though, no one else is really killing anything. Like, me included, but I'm gonna try. I'll load up APCR here. It's just, this Matilda's gonna make it to the base eventually. There it is. Don't know if I was spotted. Yeah, I was spotted. Still trying to shoot down these buildings. I'll give them credit. Not letting me get to where I want to. Oh, I wouldn't do that M37. Oh lord. Oh god. This is my only... Yeah. I should have stopped doing that, but... Unfortunately... I thought this guy's AFK, but... I thought they were going to be able to spot, and I didn't think he'd come up here. I thought he was either going to sit there, but after I didn't see him, I thought he was going to keep pushing, but... Well played. Pause between bursts. I just wanted to get them all off and move. I don't really stay still on it if I'm gonna get hit by Artie or something. But yeah, nobody's perfect. Anyway, E4 is gonna be up next here. Let me kind of tidy up this tank request list. So I'm gonna put up a raffle here. Pretty much winning this raffle. I'm gonna let's see. The person that wins the raffle is going to win Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. Go with that one. So all you gotta do is hit exclamation point raffle. There we go. I forgot the Q command for a second. And the winner, you know, you win 700 Levi biscuits, but you also get a Steam game code here. You know, buddy, I'm almost done. Thanks, Nicholas. But a lot of times with the Lukes, I like to play it closer up, where I just kind of dive in and out of the fight, and you know, do a clip, run away, reload, repeat. But eh. Got a purple tank here. Alright, so tier 10 only. I'm gonna hang back here, I think. Hope that my team spots, but we'll see. There is a Conqueror to where if I went to the hill, I could. I'd get artied. I'll just say I'll wait till my team goes somewhere. Iron Axis over on Twitch. Unfortunately, my chatbot, it only works on YouTube. Where if you do pop over to my YouTube page, that's where my chatbot works. If I had to implement another chatbot, I'd have to make a whole new one. And yeah, I like the features that Fussbot has compared to say like Nightbot and stuff. It's just moderators. I give some out here or there depending on where I think, or if I think we need any more. But more or less, I just kind of pick at my discretion. Hello, Wolfie Wolf. But yeah, I wish that I could have a chatbot that would work across both and give me what I want. But I mainly, I really like Fussbot here because it allows me to take tank requests pretty easily, even if the chat's moving very, very fast. E4 is not a bad tank. The T30 leading up to it's not bad. T28 prototype. T25, it's not my favorite tier 7 TD, but it's not bad either. And the Hellcat, it's good here or there. Well, I don't want to make too many people mods because sometimes it can get, as far as like timing people out and stuff, I don't want to have like mistakes being made, but Levi is now grooming himself. Yay. He thinks he's a cat sometimes. But I think he's trying to get attention from me. It's towards the tail end of the stream here. His eye is 7, he can spot me. This Badger, I'll see if I can hit his lower plate, but nah, he's hull down. Not even gonna try. But yeah, I don't have any shots right now. Well, yeah, Dean's watched the stream for a very long time. Just, you know, right now I have like 16 mods or something, give or take. Okay, I loaded up HE to hit the frickin' Badger. Now I can't shoot him. He's just like barely inching out and taking a shot and pulling back. But I definitely have not pulled my weight so far. What the hell, I'll shoot HE at the E100. I'll get like 100 damage. 300, awesome. Would have gotten 400 more though, if I used AP. Hello, Yosef, nice to see you. Congrats, Victor, on winning the raffle. So, feel free to PM me in your location, or, yeah, not location, your app of your choosing. Whether it's, even though I don't, you say that you usually don't log into tanks, but I think that was you. You know, feel free to PM me on Discord, or I can send it somewhere else. Well, yeah. Unfortunately right now I'm not really confident in pushing here because they still have some pretty big guns, but with him out, I'll get myself a little bit lower and I'll see if I can maybe light something. Because we have a lot of people behind me, so hopefully this isn't a mistake, but this might be a bad choice, but I don't think it will be. E5. As long as you guys, because I have, what, 5 people behind me, as long as they hit their shots, we'll be fine. The main thing they have to do is look left here. Like, they're not able to hit me just yet, but if I push too far, like that guy did in front of me, they can take some shots at me. Waiting, they're slowly itching up. There we go. Rapola. Thought the E4 spotted me and he didn't. They got the Super Conqueror, they got the E4, awesome. Just right here, like, come on. Did the right thing and spotted the Super Conqueror, but you need to, punch it home here. We're up by 7 tanks. But that's where I saw where this guy died, but I know, there comes a point where the enemy has a really good shot on you from where that AMX is. That's why I wasn't trying to push any further. Yeah, as far as game mods, I don't do any mods. Thanks for answering that. Petro. Okay, you don't want any other games, Victor? I will do just that then. Well, thank you for, paying it forward here. You just hold your right mouse button to lock your gun. This is probably gonna end badly, but it's depending on, if I can hit his cupola or not. I have a 30-second reload. But didn't exactly have a very stellar match here, but we won. I guess that's something. I took one for the team and I pushed out and got shot at a bunch of shot at a bunch of times, excuse me. Anyway, let me go. I'm gonna draw a second winner here. Congratulations, Leonard, on winning the second drawing for the raffle. So if you could just post like your, if you're on the NA server, I don't know what server you're on, you can message me in game, or give me your World of Tanks username and I'll send it in a PM, or Discord for the stream works as well. But yeah, at least we got a W. I didn't really do too much outside of push later on. Alright, so I have an STG here. I say a couple people have been hiding out over on Twitch, but it's nice. I think last stream hit the highest amount of people I actually had on Twitch. It was 15 at one point, it said, through like Twitch's statistics. Usually I hover around like 4 or 5. Alright, so STG. It is a little, the chat is quieter on Twitch, which I do toy around with, because every now and then, like Streamlabs, Restream, and like different ways I can put the chats on the screen. I toy around to see if they work. It's just currently the only way for me to get both like in the same window to capture. It looks funky. I did it once and it just, it's hard to read. I'd have to put like a opaque background behind it, and it just looks weird. But I do try to, kind of smash them together once I see like little updates coming out. Which, if Leonard, I don't know if you're still here, he entered the raffle, but if he doesn't claim the game, I'll draw another winner here. So obviously nobody wants a free game. It's Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion, like a space RTS. One SPG I gotta worry about. What are you doing? And of course he's aiming at me. Well, I was driving straight, but figure. Fortunately, gun depression wise, I can't fight here. I'm gonna go somewhere else. Alright, that T-71 I think spotted me. Give it a Skoda. Hey, well after the third pick, I might just post the link in the chat because it's a URL that you can redeem it from. Maybe the first person that gets it gets it. But I'll be giving away another one tonight as well for anyone watching Dreadnought. IS-3, he's reloading. He's got like 2 seconds left. I should have been up here in the beginning. Not where this tank should fight, but if it's where my team needed me to be, I probably should have been up here, because we just lost half our team. I don't know how they all died here, but it happened. Which the raffle's over. I'm pretty much gonna... Sorry if you missed it, if you're a little bit behind Clint in the stream. I pretty much just draw from the raffle that ended a few minutes ago. The Jackson has the fast firing gun. This thing doesn't have a lot of armor, specifically on the hull. I kind of have to... I gotta kill that IS-3, but I think this T-150, he's not going to bounce off me. I should have went north to begin with. It's where most of the fighting happens, but I didn't expect us to lose that many tanks. To be honest. So far, I haven't gotten any PMs here. Let's hop into the T-92, and I'm gonna do the Lorraine, and that's gonna be it for the stream here. So I'm gonna select another winner here because I don't have anything on Discord or anything. So congratulations, Dean. You're third up. Coincidentally, you know, you're the one asking to be a mod, so I guess Fussbot is rewarding you here. Hello, Marek. You know, either PM me in game, or you can PM me on Discord, and I can send you over the URL for the free game. As far as the other games going throughout this week, and what I have is there's one called Off-World Trading Company. I do have Galactic Civilizations 3. I have keys for that still, and also the expansion. And there's one called Ashes of Singularity Escalation. I have that and all the DLCs for that available as well. Well, thanks for stopping by, Clint. Sorry, you know, you just missed a raffle here, but yeah, I'm glad you liked the stream here. Well, thanks for offering Metro. Or I should probably just say Doug, since you're the man of many names. I guess Alt-tabbed. There we go. Look, I'm playing at SPG and I'm I'm lost here. Probably gonna run away here because we have one E100 on this entire flank. I'm gonna start running away. Thank you very much for the subscription, Clint. I would definitely say the North is, yeah. I'll applaud the E100 for actually going over there, but I don't even know if I'm going to stop to take a shot, because I should have kept going this way in the beginning. I was staring off into in the distance here, you know, alt-tabbing. This, I think the only hope I have is if I get down this little outcrop. I'm just gonna help, honestly, the North, because right now I might be able to hit like one tank over in the town side, but they should be able, with the amount of tanks they have, to be able to push that. Awesome. Also trying to help my E100 the best I can. The longer he stays alive, the longer that we don't have to worry about getting capped out and flanked. Okay, I need to start aiming in. WZ-11158 it is, because he should come right up here for me. What the hell? I'll take a random shot because nothing keeping me near the base right now. Okay, thank you for messaging me on Discord, Dean. I'll send it to you right after the battle here. Which, you know, I'm giving away game keys throughout the week. The one thing I am kind of waiting on, like my last stream leading up to Christmas here is going to be Saturday. But if another new premium tank comes out, I did forget to mention this. If another new premium tank comes out, like for the advent calendar, and it's one of the days I'm streaming, I am gonna do a giveaway for, you know, say a unique tank. As long as it's not like $5,000. Like Wargaming puts some crazy bundles sometimes, but yes, that's something I plan on doing. Because I have a feeling that there's still one new tank that's going to be released. Most likely the premium tier 8 super heavy German tank. The VK, I forget. It's like 168 or something. I don't know if you guys heard Levi groaning here. Yeah, he has a really rough life. Where are you going, 268? I would very much like to hit you without resetting my aiming circle. What the hell? I'll take it. Stunned him, it counts. It was a pretty good stream though. You know, I have one more battle here. I'm gonna get the Lorraine, and fortunately, you know, I have a little bit of wiggle room as to when I can end streams now. Uh-oh, I don't want him to actually spot me. Out of my hands now. Don't have a shot. We'll go shoot the Badger then. Full HP, camping the base. Probably would have been different if he had helped his team out pushing. Ooh, there we go. I was like, he's gonna push down. But not the best SPG match, but I helped out the weak flank as much as I could there. I think my best shot was on that. I just got a ton of stun damage. Awesome. My best shot was probably on a 121 when I tracked him. That kept our E100 alive for a few more seconds. The VK, like that premium, I think it's going to turn out okay. It's definitely going to be very good against lower tier tanks, but the VK 101P, awesome. I got the Badger. It's going to be better than it, but it is going to be a tank where when you're top tier against lower tiers, it's going to be very hard for them to deal with you. But the mobility on it, you know, is definitely less than the VK 101P, I believe. Armor is about the same. Gun stats are similar, but a little bit worse. But anyway, we gotta win. Lorraine's up here, but let me send Dean. So I sent you a URL, Dean. Pretty much just click on it. You should be able to redeem it. Let me know if there's any problems with redeeming it. So my last match here is going to be in Lorraine, which, since, you know, I'm going a little bit longer here, why don't I start up? I'll start up one more raffle here. No games this time, but feel free to enter another raffle since I'm going a little bit longer here. Okay. Well, you know, the premium German heavy I was talking about, it is going to be interesting. A lot of people are going to say it's completely broken, and if they change the stats from now till when they release it, like, I think it's going to be one of the last days on the advent calendar for sale. Pretty much, you know, it's going to be like the tier 8 German heavy, the VK101P, but just a little bit different. The armor a little bit weaker, and I think on the lower plate and maybe like the sides, if I'm not mistaken. But it's going to have, I think, a high alpha gun, and it's going to be slower to kind of balance it out, but not much slower. It's still, like, not to say the word mobile, but it's just going to be turning a little bit less well as the VK101P. But I believe, like, raw speed, they're very, very much close. So unfortunately here, there's no Artie, and they have one of those damn things. As far as the last time I looked, it had the highest win percentage out of any standard tier 8 tank. But I pulled back because that guy just shot past me. I'm going to go over here for a rare change just because I don't have that much armor to work with on the other side. That was a stupid waste of a shot. I'm not going to want to push in with 3 shots. I'll just bite my tongue and wait. Like, come on, guys. We can push this side. Just requires you guys to actually move out with me. Will not load it. This is my last battle, unfortunately. If you had to pick between the Type 5 Heavy or the Mouse, I would go Mouse. Personally. Oh lord, that's not good. I bounced that one shot. I'm going to take an extra shot here. Otherwise, I did not need to take. Reloading, but I would like to get away from that Lorraine a little bit. Just come on, guys. Sitting behind me, nobody's over here. It's encounter. I lost a ton of HP. Yeah, I shouldn't have pushed like that. Still just waning now. Anybody? Come on. Do it. There's also a tank right there. Lorraine's gonna get me because... Oh, 0 damage. And the T-20 got me. This was a bad last match, but it happens. Lorraine, you know, his large tank with no armor. We should win this, but it was kind of frustrating. I pointed the T-20 out, and all 3 of these guys stopped to shoot him. T-20 just ran up here, and these guys never pushed back in. But that's why I never go over to this flank, because when it comes to encounter mode, it seems like people don't really notice that even though the flag's here, you know, if you have a lot of people over in the town, you gotta push it hard, because most of the enemy team is either going to be in this area or, you know, this area here, because with the way that most people, you know, either think or how at least I play the match, most people are going to be in this area, so if you kill these guys really quick, you're almost always going to win. Which, hello Saljan over on Twitch, nice to see you again. Well, I know you're being sarcastic, Carl, but I really hope they don't do that. Anyway, congratulations, Gigi, on winning the raffle. You've been pretty lucky recently. My next stream's coming up tonight, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, you know, about 9.5 hours from now, I think it starts, if I did my math right. I'll be playing Dreadnought tonight. Otherwise, my next stream is going to be Thursday morning, 8 a.m. start time again. But in any event, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for the tips as well, guys, and also the new subscribers and followers. So have a nice one, and happy holidays if I don't see you by the time like Christmas, New Year's and stuff comes around. Have a good one.